Welcome. Thank you so much for joining this incredible experience, the Dreamer's Den. This is a sacred space for visionaries and leaders and practitioners and heartfelt souls, where we will be nurturing the seeds of our intentions and the space that we create within ourselves. So within this practice, you may want to grab your yoga mat, a blanket, a pillow, whatever makes you comfortable for your practice, as well as a piece of paper or a journal and a pen. And feel free to also pour yourself your favorite cup of tea. And so we can enjoy this space together as friends in this beautiful circle and container that we are co-creating. I really hope you enjoy the session and practice. So feel free to press pause here for a moment so you can gather all of the items that I mentioned to support you, and we will meet when you're ready and you can hit play again. Enjoy. So welcome to the Dreamer's Den. We will be flowing through a beautiful practice where we nurture the embodiment of your seeds and intention and flow through a few practices. So I see we are live here. Perfect. So this space, if you haven't heard me speaking to this, is for visionaries and practitioners and light leaders, anyone who's really holding deep intentional space. This is actually something I do each and every year at the end of December. I actually hold space and spend time in my own reflection of the past year and really spend time nurturing my intentions and getting to know my intentions. And so I thought it'd be really fun if we did that together. Why not, right? So if you're watching live or catching the replay, feel free to say hello in the comments. I'd love to connect with you and welcome you into the practice, into the circle. And so there's going to be 3 days. Today we're in day 1. And so today, I thought we'd welcome the nurturing of our seeds and embodiment through the art of intention setting. And I have a few notes here to keep me on track. And so what is the art of intention setting? You know, we speak to that so often. I'm setting intentions, but what is it really? And what is your relationship like with the art of intention setting? So I'd love for you to invite this conversation into your heart, into your body as we flow through some of these practices. And you're welcome to grab a pen and paper. If you feel guided to, you can do that now. You can also feel free to go back and rewatch this video in the replay to make sure that you receive all of the nuggets that we'll be diving into. And so when I talk about the art of setting intentions, there's this beautiful space within our heart. You know, our hearts have these desires, and the intentions kind of rise out of these desires, and we set, intentions inspired by those desires. And it's to really invoke a feeling or a purpose. Setting intentions is not about a goal. There is no goal. And it's about a deep listening, because setting a goal is wanting to achieve something. For example, it's quite common that people around this time of year set a goal or a resolution. For example, maybe I want to eat healthier. Maybe I want to lose 10 pounds. There's all sorts of different goals that we can have. Maybe I want to, do this or that within my life or my business, or my personal growth. There's all these different goals that we can have. But what I've found, which, goal setting can be very practical in its own way, to make sure that we're not confusing goals and intention setting. So within the art of setting intentions, we're really inviting ourselves to experience the journey of our intentions. As soon as the intention rises, it's so very interesting because what happens is we shift the energy within ourselves. Our body, our energy body, our physical body, our emotional body, all of a sudden starts sending off all these signals, communicating with the world around you and inviting that intention to become present within your everyday experiences. And what I mean by that is this intention might very well allow some things to fall away. It might bring some things in to support you with your intention, right? So noticing and being very observant as to maybe your actions or beliefs or stories or things that may be arising that are in conflict with your intention or a deep contrast with the intention that you're setting. So it is an opportunity to bring a deep, deep listening and a deep awareness. And then the other question I'd love to invite into this space, into this container, is how do you nurture your intentions? We can write them down. We can journal about them. We can put them on an altar, on the mirror, on the fridge. There's so many ways. And part of the intention setting is about letting it go at the same time. So releasing the control and expectations of the intentions coming to you a certain way, right? And it's so interesting because often what comes along with setting intention is the manifestation of that intention flowing through you. You are the living embodiment of that intention, experiencing it to its fullest. And so one of the most powerful things we can do is offer the intention gratitude. Sitting with it, with the feeling of what it is that we are inviting in, calling in. So wherever you are, I'd really love to invite you to either take a comfortable seat, or maybe you want to lie down for a few moments as we get into a little bit of meditation and energy clearing around our relationship with intention and maybe goals. Maybe we've had unmet goals or failed resolutions, for lack of a better word. I think we've all experienced that, the judgment of not meeting the goals we had intended. So the intention here is to offer a little bit of Reiki and energy clearing around that before we get into some movement and the embodiment of the intentions that we are setting. So in a comfortable position where you can invite a tall spine, whether that be seated or laying down, you can find your way there. And wherever you are, if you feel comfortable closing the eyes, this practice is yours. Everything that's guided here in this space are all suggestions. You are the ultimate guide. You decide. And so with your eyes closed and your awareness on breath, simply noticing your breath in and out of the body. Maybe even noticing the point of contact between you and the floor or the chair or the mat, wherever you are. And allowing everything to be here. All is welcome. In this moment, we are not trying to achieve a certain thing. We're not trying to achieve a certain state, whether that be of relaxation or calm or so-called high vibe. We're here to be real. We're here to connect with what is naturally rising. It is all welcome. Come as you are. And so noticing your relationship, let's begin with resolutions and goals. What are you noticing when I bring up these words? Where are you feeling it in the body? We all may be experiencing variations of feelings and emotions. Maybe they're stories, maybe even nothing at all. That's okay too. And so what we're inviting here is the witnessing of any unmet needs within these stories. Maybe unresolved emotions that were pushed down, or maybe stuck in the body. If it's okay, allowing them to rise around your relationship with resolutions and goals. Noticing how it feels. And as you witness and observe these emotions, imagine that you are observing from a place of non-judgment, from a place of compassion, as if you were witnessing your best friend sharing these stories. Inviting yourself, maybe asking yourself, is it okay? Is it okay that I've, in the past, experienced setting a goal and not meeting the goal? Maybe the answer is yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. It's all welcome. Is it okay to simply be here in this space where there's no right or wrong? Yet simply experiences. Knowing that these experiences don't define who you are. They are simply moments in time. A series of decisions made from a place within the moment. And as we begin to learn and grow, we are learning to make choices. Our choices that come from the heart. Our yeses and nos from the heart. That feels right. It feels better And offering yourself maybe a moment of forgiveness, placing a hand on your heart for all those times that you were trying your best and setting your goals and trying to achieve the things. And maybe you felt as if you stumbled and fell, maybe even failed. And what is failing? It's only a perception. When we subscribe to winning and losing, but are we ever winning and losing in life? Isn't life a series of experiences? Invite a deep breath into the heart and exhale. And maybe you want to come into a little bit of movement, blinking the eyes open, a little stretch as you come back into the room, maybe stretching the arms overhead. Moving a lot of energy there. And I see your comments. I will definitely get to them after this session. At the end, as I am at quite a distance to be able to read them, but I'm looking forward to reading them, and there will be space also for questions and answers at the end, any reflections. Yeah, keep them in the comments. I love it. So, yeah, how does that feel? Let's shake it off. Get yourself a good shake. Maybe dust yourself off your arms. Yeah, it feels so good. Let's shake off all that energy. Brushing the head, sweeping the head, shoulders, chest, tummy, and legs. Yeah, getting all that energy to the earth. Mama Earth knows how to transmute it for us into the fertile soil, right? So if you'd like to go into a little bit of the embodiment of intentions, now that we've done a little bit of a clearing, you can join me in a movement practice. So if you have your mat with you, that's great. If you don't, you can do it on the floor. We're just doing very accessible, gentle postures in this moment that will all be on the floor. You can also spread a blanket out as well so that you're a little more comfortable. So we'll begin in a child's posture. And before we get there, let's sit on the knees at the back, near the back of the mat, and closing the eyes for a moment. Now that we've connected to what intentions are and our relationship with intentions, maybe there's some intentions that you're setting for the new year. Maybe simply for today or this week. Maybe in this moment, an intention is rising. And notice that. Notice where you feel it in the body. And maybe bringing it into the heart space if it's not already there. And so let's use as many intentions as you want. One is fine. So let's flow and move. How does this intention want to move, want to breathe, want to live through you to become the living experience of that intention? Let's begin in child's posture. So you can lean forward and spread your knees a little bit with your big toes touching, sitting onto the heels, and bringing the forehead to the mat. You can even bend the elbows, folding the hands on top of one another, and bringing your forehead back to the mat. Deep breaths. Starting as the seed. The seed in the beautiful soil, the fertile soil. The seed in the darkness still receives the warmth of the light. In the darkness, the womb space, all is possible. And then reaching the hands, extending them to the top of the mat if they're not already there. Lifting your elbows and your forehead. Let's walk our hands over to the right side. Or left, to one of the sides. And placing your forehead back down onto the mat for a few breaths. And then we'll make our way over to the other side, nice and slow. Let's move with intention. There's no hurry. It doesn't even have to look or be a certain way. Simply finding yourself in the form. We have no goals here. Simply noticing how it feels. And taking care of the body. Remember that these are all suggestions. And coming back to center. And placing your hands underneath your shoulders and lifting yourself all the way up. Sitting on the heels again, maybe bringing your knees together. And the seed begins to emerge through the soil. You know, there's these little sprouts that come through. These sprouts are your intentions, reaching their way through the soil. They're reaching for the warmth of the sun. Sometimes we wonder where the light is. It's always there. And those seeds need the darkness, need the comfort of the soil also. It's the foundation, it's the nutrients. So let's lean forward, placing your hands on the mat, curling the toes under, and sitting towards your heels the best you can. And then untucking the toes. And then we'll come to form a tabletop position. So bringing the hands, the wrists underneath the shoulders and the hands spread wide. Your knees underneath the hips. And so we're forming a tabletop. Gaze is to the mat. And so let's become the little sprouts working their way through the soil. Inhale, chin and tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale, curling everything under. Inhale, chin and tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale, curling everything in. Inhale. Let's flow here with your breath. Exhale. Let's flow a few more times. Follow your breath. Be the sprout working its way through the soil. Around the rocks, the bugs. Making its way to the warmth of the sun. You can even push the tops of the feet into the mat. Relieves pressure of the knees. How do your intentions want to flow through you today? And back to tabletop. And then let's make our way onto our backs. The best you can. Might be awkward. Might feel silly. Might even fumble and fall way down. I know some days I do. As you find your way onto your back, you can bend the knees. Palms face up. Inviting a moment into this new perception. This new view. And lifting the feet off the mat with your knees bent. You can bring a hand on top of each knee. Let's find some very gentle circles. It can be as wide or small, slow as you want. We're not here to look a certain way. We're here to feel, we're here to be. Can you be here? Be here in the fullness of your expression. And if you want to lay on your back and do nothing at all, then do that. Whatever you need. And let's go the opposite way. Circles in the other direction. And when we really slow things down, we notice things, subtle things. I know now I'm noticing all the cricks and creaks in my right hip today. Some days it speaks. It's one of my things. What are you noticing? And bringing the knees back to center. And feet on the mat. Hands either in a T formation extending to either side. Or maybe you want to bend the elbows as if you're a cactus laying on the ground. And simply allowing your knees, both knees, to fall to one side. Making sure that both shoulders are on the ground, so it doesn't really matter how far they go to one side. It can be slight, it can be all the way there. There's really no goal. It's what you need today. Even releasing how it may have looked yesterday if you went into this form, or what you think you can do. But how does your body want to express this form? Bringing the knees back up to center. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, allowing them to flow to the other side. Letting it be natural and soft. Noticing if you're holding any tension or trying to force or push. This posture is about releasing effort. And knees back up to center. And you can bring your hands along the sides of your body. And we'll point the toes up towards the ceiling, so lifting both feet, maybe straightening the knees and pointing the toes and reaching upwards. Another sprout towards the sun. And maybe here you want to play with a little movement, so maybe bringing your toes towards you and heels towards the sun. How does that feel? And then pointing the toes. And then heels towards the sun, bring the toes towards you. And maybe you want to bend a knee at a time and point one toe at a time. Nice and slow. Play with any movement you feel guided to here. Maybe you want to bring the toes further apart from each other and back together, creating a V formation in the legs. It's about having fun, being curious and childlike. Spreading the toes wide, I like that one. And then bringing the knees in towards the chest. You can even place your hands on your shins, giving yourself a little hug. We'll place the feet onto the mat with your feet about hip distance apart. Bring the heels in just close enough so that you're tickling, grazing the backs of your heels with your fingertips. And from here we can form a bridge. So you can either do that by bending the elbows, almost like as if you're creating robot arms. And then lifting the tailbone all the way up, lifting through the heels, pushing into the mat. Or if it's comfortable for your shoulders, you can leave your arms on the floor, curling the shoulders under and intertwining your fingers beneath you. Continue to lift your tailbone to the sun. Opening your heart. Unwinding the hands, unraveling the shoulders, and very slowly bringing each vertebrae back to the floor, all the way to the tailbone. Nice and gently. And once your tailbone has reached the mat, we can windshield washer the knees, so allowing your knees to fall to one side and the other. And then one more time. And knees back up to center. Bringing our knees into the body. You can even wrap your arms around your knees or a hand on each shin. Maybe you want to rock from side to side if that's good for your back. Or waking up the seed, the sprouts. How are you feeling? And maybe you want to stretch out for a moment. Feet to the back of the mat. Hands reaching to the top of the mat or opposite direction. Just 2 more deep breaths here. And nice and slowly, when you're ready, but only when you're ready, you can stay lying down as long as you need. You can make your way up into a seated position. Closing the eyes. Coming back to your intention. And noticing how it feels in the body. Maybe it's a little different from when we first began. Maybe not. All is okay. All is welcome. And then if you'd like to share any of your experiences or things that may have come up for you in this practice, you're more than welcome to share. And also, it is now time for any questions, or if you're looking for some intuitive guidance on a particular thing that you're flowing through, you can definitely type in the comments. Let me know what's happening and what you're looking for guidance on, and I'd be so very happy to support you. I am going to read. Thank you so much to everyone that has been reaching out and sharing such incredible feedback following this live session on Instagram and Facebook. And so I invite you, if you're watching the replay on YouTube or on my website in this moment in time, just know that the virtual door is still open for you to reach out to receive some intuitive guidance around this space. So if you're flowing through something in particular and wanting support with your embodiment and with what you're flowing through in this moment in time, please comment below. You can also send me an email as well and let me know, because I am offering 45-minute sessions for those who are deeply interested to be supported in their embodiment journey. So whether that be support with your practices, looking for more tools, or looking for some intuitive guidance, let me know. So these are complimentary 45-minute sessions, and I would love to book one with you. So if this space calls to you, reach out and I will be so happy to connect. There will also be a link so you can directly book and schedule this session, and you have access to my calendar. So thank you so very much, and I hope you're having an incredible day. And so day 2 is posted, and you'll be able to enjoy day 2 and day 3 of the Dreamer's Den, where we will be flowing through and continuing the essence and to build and nurture this space and container. Thank you again so much for joining. It is so heartwarming and such a blessing to really have you in this space, and know that it is felt and you are appreciated. Thank you for showing up. Beautiful light worker and visionary and leader.